Congress should pass a bill to help states put thousands of teachers and firefighters and police officers back on the job. They should have passed a bill a long time ago to put thousands of construction workers back to work.
Last time I checked, with very few exceptions, firefighters are not federal employees. With very few exceptions, public school teachers are not federal employees. This is not his business. That's the business of state and local governments. There's no amount of persuasion that's ever going to convince me that government can or should ever just flip a switch and say, okay, jobs are created, because it doesn't work.
What works to prop up demand when it's not there on its own is investment and government spending. It is the only sector right now that has a real chance of reviving the economy and putting Americans back to work.
And how to pay for that? Argument number 3, raising taxes on the rich.
I don't think we risk putting the economy in jeopardy by asking those who have done phenomenally well in this country to pay a little bit more to help us all get back on track.
Why not have the wealthy just pay a little bit more to help get us through this period?
Keep taxing the wealth creators, the wealth generators, the job creators, the producers, the entrepreneurs, the investors. Just beat them over the head with a stick again and again and again. When you tax those productive behaviors at a higher and higher rate, you discourage people from producing.
Which leads to argument number 4. Should corporations pay more?
Corporations have actually done quite well recently, but the problem is there's not enough customers.
So how does taxing them more solve that problem? It seems like that makes the burden even higher, and then they need even more customers.
Corporations are actually sitting on record profits across the board. They're sitting on a lot of cash.
It sounds like a cyclical problem that there's sort of no answer to, because every time I talk to a CEO of a company, he says, I don't want to hire a new worker because I don't know what my cost is going to be. I'm sitting on that cash, so I don't need a government bailout down the road. I'm trying to protect my company.
If we get back to the idea of investing in our infrastructure, this is something that businesses actually do agree to. Our infrastructure is really outdated. So when you look at things like giving the United States the world-class infrastructure it used to have, that's something where CEOs and business associations are really supportive of.
If there are any CEOs in favor of higher taxes on companies in order to give politicians more money to spend on failed stimulus, the shareholders should grab those CEOs, tar and feather them, and kick them out of the company. The reason some companies are sitting on cash is because politicians have created a very unfriendly investment climate. They're just waiting for the government to stop doing things that discourage wealth creation and job creation.
There is one thing they agree about. What will happen?
More paralysis.
Gridlock.
But they can't even agree on what that means.
The optimistic way of looking at the job situation is we have gridlock now. That's actually a good thing. So if we can simply stop the government from doing new bad things, then we'll get back on a steadier keel.
Hopefully we'll come out of the election and maybe be able to hit reset and get something done.